Look a bit rough there, Robert.
I've got a bastard behind the eyes, and you're just making it worse, darling.
Well, naturally, I want details.
I went out with some of the phone monkeys from the call centre last night. We had a few.
I thought you hated them.
Well, he hates everyone.
That's precisely why they went to one pub, and I went to another.
You drinking on your own again?
Oh, it was a mare of a day. We have this meeting every week called Going That Extra Mile. It's all about putting the customer first and trying to figure out how to be more proactive around the office.
Well, that sounds fun.
By the end of the meeting, the only two suggestions we had were slashing our bonuses and moving the toilets closer to the phones. Bloody geniuses, all of them. But the thing I really wanted to say is, I am a 40-something phone monkey and you would not be able to count the number of shits I don't give. So please forgive me if I needed a little drink.
Yes, a drink. No,
Oh,
you.
put another record on. And, what are you doing that has removed you so far from tales of my exciting existence?
Reading an edition of The Invisibles.
Yes, I can see that. Is that a collector's edition?
Oh, Christ, they're all collector's editions. DC usually brings out at least 6 collector's covers. Bollocks to that, I say.
But you're reading it.
Amazingly, comics are books that are simply full of printed words that we call dialogue, and there's additional text which describes the action, all of which culminates in what is known as a story. Mind you, that might be a bit of a stretch for this one, but yeah, I'm reading it.
Unbelievable. This is your fault, you know that?
How is this my fault?
You and that runway model boyfriend of yours, you have infected her with your middle-class throwaway attitudes.
You really think it looks like runway material?
You're missing the point.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Never read it? Not even open it? Keep it sealed up in an airtight plastic bag with a cardboard backer? I suppose you think I should just file it away and gaze longingly at the white box it and every other untouched virgin issue is stored in.
Of course not, of course not.
No. Now what you're supposed to do is buy 2 copies. One to read and the other to put into an airtight plastic bag with a cardboard backer, mint condition, and then tucked into a box which you can only ever gaze longingly at.
Of course, if it's a really special edition, like Superman being killed off,
Again,
you could be bloody flipping mercenary and buy a 3rd copy and sell it on eBay.
Yes. Or alternatively, you could wait until it's gathered into one mass market and very cheap paperback before you read it. In which case you'd have the one archived, the one to sell, and one larger volume that takes up way less space in your designer bookshelf from IKEA.
Well, look, I'm already spending between 3 and 5 quid an issue on my favourites.
Yeah, well, it's only money, right? In time, some of this stuff will, appreciate in value to such an extent that you could potentially pull yourself out of the financial pit into which you've managed to dig yourself by buying the comics in the first place. Or not.
Blimey. You're not telling me that you're one of those saddos who will buy a toy only to then leave it on a shelf in its original packaging.
To gaze longingly from afar, even as you fret over your latest bank statement and watch your savings dwindle away, that, my friend, that is what it means to be a true collector.
No, I mean, who would hang out with that kind of a sad weirdo? No, I was just playing devil's advocate.
Well, good, because I buy comics for the simple reason that I want to read the stories.
Takes all sorts.
Why am I the crazy one? It's you two who are acting like morons.
Whatever you say.
Ignore us.
So, I've placed a pre-order for the Romana action figure regeneration box set.
Really? Well, that is a perfect example of a big licensed toy company flagrantly fleecing the simple-minded consumer of their hard-earned moolah. And how better to do it than by taking advantage of the loyal Doctor Who fans' innate and unquestioning desire for anything vaguely nostalgic.
Pretty much.
Well, why do it? I mean, I assume you placed the pre-order whilst inebriated.
Actually, no. It's just... Well, I suppose there is a nostalgic factor, I suppose, but, well, Falkenmeyer, well, they're the only company that seemed willing to shamelessly pander to the semi-hysterical purchasing needs of classic series fans.
You mean bait them?
When did you get to be so cynical?
I'm gay. It's in the genes. Right next to bitchy and being good at spotting a bargain.
So it's got nothing to do with you haughtily deciding for some strange reason not to collect Falkenmeyer's line right from the start?
And with good reason. Their Eccleston sculpt was incredibly shoddy. I tell you, Chris was not impressed, and their Pertwee looked less like the third Doctor and more like Margaret Rutherford from Murder Most Foul.
Well, that should have sold you on the range from the start.
Oh, how very drawn.
No, but you're quite right. It's a fair point. Their Doctor and Companion renders have never been quite right, but it's their dedication to bringing out classic series monsters that I really admire.
Hey guys, listen, I don't want us to fall out over something so silly.
Who says we're falling out?
Water off a duck's back.
Are you sure? You're both so sensitive that sometimes I think anything I say will set off an opinion Armageddon.
Sensitive? Me?
Especially you.
And that's his cuddly side.
Okay. Well, how about you clowns come round to mine tonight? We could watch The Last Jedi on Blu-ray.
In surround sound. With high definition.
Defo.
Do you know, I never understood why Lucas had to sell the farm to the mouse. I mean, how many private islands does one man need?
So is that a no?
By island, you mean Skywalker's Rock, because did you know that Hamill originally pushed for Luke to milk the space cow directly into his mouth?
Holy shit.
What?
Way to blowjob out of existence another childhood icon. I mean, Tom Baker giving fellatio to a big green alien on primetime Saturday night TV was bad enough.
Really?
Yeah, it happened. But you know, I think it all really boils down to a genre of fan fiction called interspecies erotica.
And how would you know that exactly?
The Treorchy Time Lords must have posted something a few nights ago.
So it's kind of like slash fiction?
Oh, God, no, that's a whole different rabbit hole.
Oh, I think the worst slash fiction I've ever heard about has to be the Harry Potter stuff. I mean, Professor Snape with Voldemort? Really? I just can't see Snape going for a bald dude.
And that's your only problem with it?
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with being follically challenged.
And let us not forget, there is a Zygon softcore porn movie out there too.
Zygon? Dare I even ask what it's like?
Squelchy. But I'm telling you, none of that is even half as bad as the Star Trek slash fiction. From what I've heard, that is.
Oh, from what I've heard. That's up there with I'm asking for a friend.
Which Trek?
All of them. Although the original series is the fanfic fave. All those times when a shirtless Kirk and a sweaty Spock would boldly go away. But you get the picture.
Boned and Brokeback Frontier. What should that be, Bones?
Ew! So now that we've created like a dozen new Pornhub categories, can we possibly make a decision about tonight?
Well, who wouldn't want to watch Luke Skywalker breastfeeding off a space cow in all its crystal clear glory? But we'll have to stop off for liquid refreshment and nibbles. Actually, I'm on a diet. Forget the nibbles. We'll just stick with the liquid refreshment.
Don't you think that maybe you had your fill last night?
Oh, hair of a frog, Mikey. Besides, this lovely cappuccino has made me feel so much better. What are you, my mother?
I haven't slept with nearly enough men to be your mother.
Ouch!
Look, all I'm saying is that maybe you can't afford to kill any more brain cells this week. That's all I'm saying.
Ah, you leave me to be the Jedi Master of my own bell cranes. Thank you very much.
So, shall we say 7?
No, 9.
Nine.
Way cool, geeks. Way frickin' cool.
Hey, Mikey. What did your boyfriend say about you chilling out with us nerds, eh?
He's out with his rugby mates tonight.
Well, maybe they might want to tag along. We can revel in their reaction to Luke's interspecies erotic indulgences.
And we don't even have to watch the extras for that. Oh, and I could show them my new porg.
I don't think you got your porg out on the first date.
Don't turn into him. Besides, I love my new porgy.
Well done for buying into one of the most obvious merchandising spin-offs the Mouse House has ever done.
Well, I shouldn't worry if I were you. You'll never see my porg.
Ouch.
Besides, you should talk Romana Regeneration set. You do know it'll mostly be middle-aged pervs who buy it.
Oh yeah. How dare you make that unfounded assumption?
More of an educated guess based on years of greater fandom experience. But hey, if you don't want to come and see Super Lair zoom back to the Rebel fleet, then Mikey and I will just invite some of our other friends to join us.
Oh, and who's that there? Jose Cuervo? Jack Daniels? Captain Morgan?
More like Ben and Jerry.
Come on, Bob.
All right, but you're buying the nibbles, right?
Fine.
See, that wasn't so hard.
Damn you, Lucas. Damn you to hell.